This might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Dropping back, it's Mayava. He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. The big play came, David. He saw that safety and just didn't believe he could get over the top in time.
Exactly right. You see the one safety in the middle of the field. You know the outside parts of the field are open. Run those goes, those streaks down the field on the outside. Let your playmaking receiver make that play for you.
Here's the handoff. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and routing the football.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Strachan. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Like QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
Caught in the backfield, it's Hansen. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
On the option. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Oh, the fumble, the defense got it.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it, practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. If you want to look on the bright side, at least you can pile up a bunch of yards if you can move the ball, because it is a long way to the end zone. Completes it in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. It's complete to the right. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
The Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And that's exactly what you wanted from this offense, man. Just breathe a little bit easier, created a little bit of space by getting that first down. Now I wonder, now does this open it up? Does this give us a chance now on first down, be more aggressive, more space on the football field, less concerned about maybe going backwards?
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll give it to him again. He has the first and still on his feet. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. So first down here as they go back to work. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. And the Wolverines are on the move. Looking for a crease. It's Haynes. Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll give it to the back. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Looking to scramble. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. And the offense will take that penalty and move a little bit closer. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Got his man quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Underwood. Grabbed over the middle, it's Marsh. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first, it's at the 37. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Well, they're trying to go toss to the field and get that running back out into space to use his speed, but the defense looked like they were already lined up expecting that play, and they force a negative one.
The lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Wants to go up top. Fires to the right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
They've methodically worked the ball down the field. 11th play of the drive coming up, but this one 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Morgan. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
To throw, it's Underwood. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground and now getting him behind the sticks.
Might be changing the route. Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Makes the grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. They'll immediately call timeout. The Wolverines, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. To the air on 1st down. Setting up the screen. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the 1st.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Wolverines trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal.
42 Spiders.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
29.
Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused, made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And boy, did they play keep away on that drive. Didn't think they were ever going to give it up. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. It's Brown. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. much better field position this time around. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Scores from around the country. Slippery Rock, 28. Edinburgh, 23.
Wants to adjust the pattern. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They'll go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
Now facing a third and long.
Get set, get set.
From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted for the 11th time. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Snagged in the middle, it's Hansen. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, third and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team...
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Looking for more. Past the 20. Touchdown, Wolverines. The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Haynes.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Wolverines have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. They go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wants to throw. It's Underwood. Gets it to him on the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. They'll make the stop about a yard first down.
At the 30.
They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
And the Wolverines looking to convert on 4th down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Wolverines will try to pick it up on 4th down.
Let's go!
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Release to the back. Got it in the middle, it's Edwards. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The Trojans want to move quickly. Trojans used to be known for student body right, and they can still do that. But with quarterbacks like this, you want to put it up.
Yeah, I think they hung that up years ago when they started to find, big, strong quarterbacks that can throw the ball all over the yard. So I like the student body right, student body left, but that's a little old school for me, the RD.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. It falls incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field to get things started back up. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Just keep slinging it. Catch in the middle, it's Hansen. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a 1st down. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Gets it out fast. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Hansen. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. To the air, it's Mayava. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And now my mindset has to completely change. Listen, we needed points. That's over. Like, plenty of time left, over 3 minutes on the clock. I got to get me a stop, and I got to get that football back so my offense can score some points.
So here comes the Michigan offense. The give, and tick, 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 tick. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Rides to the back. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Need 10 yards on this 3rd down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for them.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And the Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Going to try to get it in. Turning it on. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
And this offense has got to keep pumping it out. Nice job. You get the 1st down. Nice scramble by this QB, but you're going to put the ball in his hands over and over and over again. You got to score multiple times. This offense has got to be in hyperspeed.
The Trojans with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Fires to the wideout. And his throw is incomplete. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. Looking to get it in. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. With the run on 1st and goal. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Touchdown, Trojans. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So they moved the ball 43 yards on that drive. Trailing by a touchdown here in the 4th, they'll try to get it back with the onside kick.
anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that 1 first down ends this football game.
They're setting up the screen. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Other scores from around the country. Slippery Rock, 14. University of New Haven, 7.
And the Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Sometimes people put too much stock in a higher-ranked team is supposed to win. Looks as if that's going to happen thanks to the passing game in this one.
Yeah, they've got weapons, and we've seen that in the early part of this season. Speed on the outside. When they've got one-on-one matchups, they take advantage of it. And they're making a statement here today, David.
Yeah, when you do it against elite competition, your ranking starts to climb, the belief starts to climb, the pressure will climb as well, but this is a good statement day for this team.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan! With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game, and guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Mayava. Unloads to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Got it behind the line. It's Hansen. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. A strike downfield. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Second down, he'll throw it. The sure hands, it's Straka. He's run out of bounds, and they'll say he stepped out at the 27. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Oh, they're after him. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time? Breaking on the ball. It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
One more play to pad the stats. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Throws toward the end zone. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He'll try to take it back. And he takes the interception return out of bounds, and that's how we'll wrap